This last one is like the Space Needle, but we can't say Space Needle. You gotta say they call it like the Sky Needle or something. Like you can tell they're like, hey man, don't you fucking mention Space Needle's name, dude. We'll sue your ass.
Guy is taking his girlfriend all the way up to the Space Needle on opening night to propose to her. She says yes. She also tells him, hey, I'm pregnant, by the way, so the timing works out. And then she sees a little, like, shitty kid playing with a penny. One of the guards is like, hey, don't you do that, man. That could kill somebody. Like, really? What? I gotta test that out. Like, the chandelier thing cracked the floor, and then the penny got stuck in the vent and created, like, a gas leak that filtered into the place. That fool's fire was too big, and then the dance floor breaks, and everybody falls down. I don't know. I would say that's about, let's call it 25. After the dance floor breaks, everybody's like, whoa, dude, party's over. Let's get the fuck out of here. So they all crammed into the elevator, but it was over capacity. The elevator fell and chopped a dude in half who was like, let me in. He was halfway in and halfway out, so split him down the middle. The main girl's husband was like hanging on, and it's like, oh man, he was the last one to fall. Went bing! You know, like the guy from the Titanic after he fell, it hit one of the propellers. This guy sort of went from having one of his best days to his last day, man. Just got engaged, found out he's gonna have a baby, and now volunteer death in a Space Needle incident. Now, remember the penny and the gas and the fire? It causes a huge explosion. A couple of people catch on fire. Then half of it sort of crumbles. They didn't build anything up to code. Like half of the rafters just decided to break the support beam. It created this whole sideways thing. And then this piano came off this ledge and crashed into this lady. And the messed up thing is this kid got out before the stairway and everything crumbled. So that means that he was like, oh man, I'm the only one to live, a kid. And then boom, that piano crushed that lady and it flew out. As soon as the boy got safe on the ground, piano landed on a very Looney Tunes. Nobody ended up surviving who was in the Space Needle, but it just seems to be the last two was her and then the son of one of the singers, a little black kid. The awesome vision, actually, the Space Needle thing, it actually saved everybody. No one's ever done that before. Everyone's like, get out of here. Death is coming for us. Roll that roller coaster. Let's get on this plane. Let's hurry up and get to France. The dance floor still broke, but that's why everybody believed her. Like, oh man, she's right about that. She's probably right about everything else. So let's get out of here. And then later, she tells the granddaughter, well, they just sort of closed that down. So everybody lived. So this makes all the sense. Like, oh, Death just took his time, and it took a while just to catch up to everybody. Because Death doesn't give a fuck. It's like, oh, well, you went and had kids. Oh, okay, good for you. But I'm killing those kids too. So it's like, well, if you had a kid, okay, that's cool. I'm going to let you live. Now there's two lives instead of one life, and there's supposed to be none. So all those people who survived to part 6, they had kids. And then he has to kill those kids or maybe those grandkids. And they have to go down they go down the whole family line. And then once they're done, they move on to the next one. They even do that by siblings. 2 siblings, one brother goes, and then everybody down that whole row goes. Then you move on to the next sibling. I think it should go like across. But hey, man, whatever. I mean, it helped make better storytelling. The granddaughter was actually having dreams of that vision until the grandma told her, yeah, I had that vision and that's why I live up here. I'm avoiding death all the time. Here, take this book. It's my life's work. Please try to save you and your family. And she's all, no. Well, you know what? I give up. I don't give a shit anymore. Take me out of this, Weatherman. And then, bah! Flies through her face. But she only had 2 kids in her life, so Howard and Darlene, and it's going after Howard first. And he's having a white people cookout, and dumb shit breaks a bunch of glass, and it goes into the bucket of ice. So now we follow around this piece of ice for a couple of minutes. Like, all right, someone's gonna drink it, or it's gonna come into play somehow. Yeah, somebody else even took the cup for him. So you're like, well, I guess that was pointless. Like, what's going on? Yeah, it spills out, and then this fool steps on it. Shit happens where, like, the lawnmower gets going, and then the lawnmower runs over his face. Right in front of all your family, pretty much. Lawnmowers are having a good year, dude. All right, first the monkey, and now Final Destination. We got half a year left. Maybe another movie might do it. The funeral happens, and then her mom comes out of hiding. Yeah, so now you're like, all right, she'll be cool as long as her mom's still alive. So she makes like a whole chart. She does all her research, and she just goes, all right, now it's going down from the siblings. But I think originally it was supposed to be the mom, too. It was supposed to go sideways because she was supposed to have a death in that revolving door, and the elf from hospital is supposed to chop her head off or something. But they liked her so much, they're like, nah, fuck it, we'll just do it the other way. She presents all the evidence, but it's just Final Destination, man. Nobody believes you. But come on, dude. Two people in your family had weird, extreme deaths this week. Grandma with a weather main to the face, and your dad got eaten by a lawnmower. What are the odds of that shit happening? Or she's right. Here's where the clumsy Final Destination stuff happens. So the Chang flings down and snatches on his nose, and he's not even concerned at first, like, oh shucks. Like, either rip down the ceiling fan or rip the shit out of your nose. Do it real quick like a band-aid. Yeah, I used to have a lip ring. Dude, after I got punched in the mouth with that piercing, I was like, alright, dude, I'm gonna leave it out because my whole lip could have fell off. Dude, fire, rip it out, man. Or, you know what? I don't want to see you wear it the rest of the movie. And I think he might do because he doesn't die here. He gets burnt. But he ends up like totally okay because they went to him and he's all, hey man, maybe that's not after me, bro. But went right after his sister. A garbage claw actually picked her up, threw her in the trash, and then the trash compacted her and she was sticking her hand out with no. Got her. Almost like Child's Play 3, like the same sort of death with the hand sticking out. Got everybody going like, hey dude, what the fuck? Why did that skip him? And then the mom actually confessed, and they had a Mary Povich moment. And she's like, oh my god, that guy's not your biological father. This guy's your father. He's all, what? That's why that dude always wanted to play catch with me? That was the biggest laugh of the movie, for sure. Then they found out about the grandma talking to somebody, and they went to go visit him. And he's like, "Who's next?" They knew already. Like, "Hey, man, this guy right here." And you actually get the Tony Todd stuff. Like, "Oh, he survived the Space Needle thing." Whoa, because you're like, "Why is Tony Todd always like the Grim Reaper or something like that?" No, he just had knowledge of it because death was coming after him all these years. They just gave him a lot of cool rich backstory, had him like do such an emotional goodbye, and then a producer actually said, no man, that was like totally off the cuff. So it's like, dude, if you're seeing it, do not miss that speech. He didn't get an Oscar in memoriam, but this is even better. Who needs the Oscars, man? Like, if you have a cool goodbye speech inside of a movie, that's gonna live forever. People forget about the Oscars every year. One of the best send-offs to a character actor ever. He did look sickly, like, yeah, dude, he did know he probably knew the writing was on the wall. Like, dude, I'm not even gonna make it to the premiere. I don't know when this is coming out. Well, Tony Todd told him the two ways how to defeat Death's plan. It's either you kill somebody and you get the rest of their time, or you got to die.
Which I would have been like, dude, that never works in movies, dude. Did you see Smile 2? That didn't work there. Like, what we gotta do, some sort of flatliners thing, or we gotta die and come back to life like Nikki Sixx did from Motley Crue.
That's the plan those two brothers hitch over at the hospital. They're like, hey, man, if we're going to stop your heart, no safer place to do it than the hospital. He's allergic to peanuts, so they're like, all right, eat these peanuts. You have a deadly allergic reaction. I hit you in the chest with like this adrenaline needle. You come back to life. There you go. Pulp Fiction. You're alive again. Death's plan's beaten. But that's not what happens because that MRI machine starts acting up. Some Final Destination shit happened to it. It's malfunctioning and becomes like an ultra magnet. Pulls tattooed nose ring guy into it, and he folds backwards like a taco. And then a spring that comes off of the candy machine bops that dude in the head, and the magnetic things keep making it spiral through him, which is pretty dope. So now they know, according to her research, that the Howard side is done for, and now Darlene and then her kids are next. So she's like, Mom, bro, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Let's go to that Fortress of Solitude Grandma had, because, well, she lived there for like 60 years, avoiding death left and right. Let's go there. Nope, wrong. As soon as they got to the house, it exploded. I guess you have to actively be putting out fires constantly around any sort of fortress. So they Marvel movied us, man. They put this in the trailer, and that hospital there is supposed to kill her. But no, dude, she actually just gets burnt up in the explosion. But then a telephone pole or something came and crushed her. So now the mom's gone, it's both of their turns, and the RV tipped over in some water, her seatbelt won't unlock, and I think she thinks that she drowned and died, and the brother pulled her out, resuscitated her, she came back to life, right? And then months later, dude's going to prom. Like, oh man, I'm glad all that's behind us. And then the dad reminds him, like, well, if he gave you mouth to mouth to resuscitate you, you didn't really die because your heart never stopped. And they went, oh shit. And then they hear a train being derailed. Alright, finally coming to us. Ridiculous accident, death, here we come. And then they almost got away, running away. But then two logs actually fell over the top and crushed both of them. Now, nobody survives. Death wins like how it always does.